Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new social media and YouTube mini series, Behind the Screens, The Crew Chronicles, with Ventana Productions. With us, one of our newer employees focusing on business development, Grant Oines.
Hi, Kylie. Thank
Hi.
you. Thank you for doing this quick sort of chat with us and here in Washington. I know you're in LA, so thank you.
My pleasure. And it looks like you're in a beautiful space right now. Where exactly are you right now?
All right, so I'm in Studio B, sort of on purpose. Studio B is a there's a 9 by 30 floor to ceiling video wall. So I'm just using just one of our images we use for one of our clients. But yeah, I'm in Studio B in the heart of downtown DC. When I say the heart, we are the heart of the heart. We are 8 minute walk from the White House. We are 1 block from famous Connecticut Avenue and K Street. Those are sort of the pulse of Washington, and we are right here. So 1819 L Street.
And that video wall, I mean, I just got to say, from being through the screen here, it looks so realistic. It looks incredible. And I saw, like, right before we started recording, our amazing operations team member was adding different things onto the wall to show us some examples. And it's amazing how versatile that piece of technology is. So, Studio B is a very big asset of Ventana's. Could you tell us a little bit about what type of productions are created in Studio B?
Yeah, so Studio B is the home to many shows. We work with ESPN Digital, and there's 3 times a week ESPN show, podcast, but a show. It's used on actually one of their broadcast networks, one of the episodes each week. It's done in a very simple sort of podcast conversational mode. There's a lot of satellite media tours. There's some YouTube shows. A lot of folks that come to get their message out. The studio is a square studio. We actually have 3 studios here. POB is really it's really set up in a fantastic way with the video wall. We've got robotic camera system. It's got a camera. It's got a control room. It's got green room. It's got a kitchenette off of it. So it's really diverse, and it has a diverse set of clients.
Oh, I mean, that setup just sounds wonderful. So, for anybody who maybe wants to learn more about the studios specifically before we move on to a couple of other things, where should they head to learn a little bit more about the studios, maybe taking tours, seeing pictures, or looking at a layout of how it looks?
Yeah, we love to have people come and see all of our studios here at 1819 L Street Northwest. One clear way is to join us through our website.
Absolutely. I'll include a link in the description as well as on the screen for anybody who wants to book directly or shoot an email to Grant or to our operations team to get you set up with a tour. So, outside of that, one of the newsletters that we put out this year was showcasing a new product called Build Your Own Show. Could you tell us a little bit more about that project?
Yeah, so thanks for asking. If you look at today's media landscape, and I'm even talking for an association, lobbyist firm, a corporation, you see so much more is happening in content, but in telling your story through short videos, through a conversation that's recurring, that you start with a dialogue, you start with even a small audience, and you let the digital environment grow and let that be part of your digital outreach. By the way, Ventana, we've been in business for 30 years. So we've seen the market change, we've seen it evolve, and we've always hear about content is king. There's more to that than just that slogan. There's so much about how you engage your constituency or your audience through a recurring storytelling, a recurring update, a sort of video newsletter, if you will. But build your own is that concept, helping people actively and efficiently. And when I say efficiently, I also mean we're really cognizant to your budget, how to do a show a month or a show a week, and how to organize an effective or efficient budget that can help you to do that. And that's what Build Your Own Show is really what we want to put out there.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, content is king and it's 2025. So that means everybody has something to say and they have the means to do it. And it's great that you mentioned the affordability because I think one of the great things about Ventana is that they work with smaller businesses, but they also work with government clients. They also work with big companies. They have such a wide resume of experiences with such a large pool of clientele to pull from. So that means that no matter what you want to create, there is room for you at the table to come work with Ventana. Could you reiterate again why it's so important for organizations nowadays to have their own show?
I think the number one thing is people are, I mean, it's all around us. I mean, sometimes we're overwhelmed, but the way we're really getting information is from a video format. Is I mean, it's short form, and
Mm-hmm.
all videos also, I mean, you're doing it. You're taking and making shorts from these series that you're doing, this sort of behind the scenes look with different members of our staff, our production staff, and people like myself. But the short form, or the ongoing discussion through the form of video, just is the way and where we are. And places like YouTube, there's not less engagement on YouTube, there's more. The more you put there, the more it becomes, a community, the more it becomes a gathering place, the more it becomes a source. And people are watching their entertainment videos on there, but they're also watching, information. Say there's a trade association that really wants to talk about, its ongoing, how it's messaging and what it's doing in today's like environment, even, with trade between one country or another, whatever. People are getting information that they're using in real time.
Mm-hmm.
And video is, a very clear and quick way to do that.
Wow. I mean, that sounds like an excellent reason for anybody who is considering how do I promote my content in 2025? This is a way to do it. So make sure to check out below the description where we will have links for you to schedule a tour. But outside of Studio B, what else can Ventana Productions offer our clients? What makes us stand out as a video production company?
We were founded by our founder and head of our company, Armando, 30 years ago, who was a videographer himself. Unfortunately, my age, we go back. But the point is, Ventana's several companies in one, really key companies. It runs a whole multiple cam crews in the field shoots. It's very, very, very well known out there in the field. And it's not just sending out, a DP with the camera and gear and lights and an audio technician, but it's actually sending out multiple cams in so many situations, doing things in the field. And these are corporate. Yes, we have a good, nice range of news clients, but we do a lot of corporate and video storytelling for our clients. We're like a very important utilitarian arm to them. And then there's, of course, the studios. And today we're in B, but there's A, which is larger than B. It's video wall. Instead of a 9x10 photo ceiling, it's a 52 three-sided video wall.
Wow.
And then there's Studio C, which is new in this last year, and it's more focusing on the podcast. And it's with a partner company that we've talked about before called Podville. So it's really a multi-form of services as a production house.
I think one thing to add to that, also to mention that we do have a stellar editing team as well who will edit all your projects in-house, which means you only have one business to go to, which is very convenient. You can film in one place, your footage gets edited by the same people, and then you have a completed project. When it's all done within one place, there's a certain level of efficiency that is just honestly hard to beat.
We have full-time editors, but they do a range of things, again, addressing the market. Charlie, who runs that team, and he's been here a good number of years, so enjoyable to work with constantly. He's even here tonight later because every Wednesday he edits a couple shows and then uploads them to the places that client needs them to be. So it's management of content, it's movement of content, it's the ability to help clients to really resource where their video needs to be, and how, we can be a good service provider to all the folks that really need and work with video to get their messaging out.
And like you had been saying earlier, messaging's what it's all about in 2025.
Yep.
So as we're wrapping up here, I wanted to ask you a fun little bonus question. What is one piece of media, like a TV show, a movie, etc., that has inspired you as somebody who works in the field?
Gosh, I love news shows.
Really?
I like to, especially international. So I try to tune in on YouTube to a lot of different news shows from around the world. And one of the things that I'm liking to see is news programs that, that do the lineup, but then at the end they tell a story that really draws you in, that you remember. And it's usually human interest, and and there's so many headlines that come at us all the time. But those videos that really inspire, there's a guy in CBS News that talks about, he does a weekly sort of show about on the road, and every week I love looking forward to that story and getting that sort of human inspiration and that feeling of good.
I love that. I think we always need a little bit more good news. So maybe there's someone that'll be inspired by this video to come to our studios and make their own good news show, because we
I
need
hope so.
more of that.
I hope so.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in as we got to know Grant Oines behind the screens with the Crew Chronicles at Ventana Productions. Make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned to see who we get to talk to next. All right, bye everybody.
Thank you, Kylie.